few different marker colors here, okay, and a few different sizes. If you don't have different sizes, that's okay. You don't have to. I'm just going to use a few different sizes. So I am going to just add a little bit more shadow here with some black. Curve around for the eye. Okay, add a little bit more shadow there. Jump over here and kind of do a similar thing, just so that way get our eye standing out there. Okay, a little poofy eyebrow. All right, now it's gonna be time to add in the color of the eye, which is kind of like this golden yellow. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit darker up here to show a shadow. So just go over the same spot a few times, not too much because I don't want my marker to go through the paper. That'd be real sad, people. It's okay though. So then I'm lightly coming around in here. If it happens, you do paper surgery, and sometimes it just happens. All right, cool. Our owl's pretty fierce looking. So now in the what do I want to say? The fur, I'm seeing some brown, some gold, some yellows. Pardon the noise. So here we go. This is what I've got going on right here. And so I'm gonna take some brown in just a second. I do want to just get this outlined a little since I outlined it there, and take a little pen. Then I can sometimes it smears a little, so I just wanted it to smear a little bit. Okay, a little bit lighter there for the beak. And then there is a bit of black in there too, so I'll take probably this marker here and to use with the black. Okay, so I can see some gold and brown, so I'm gonna just add some light fur texture with my gold. All right, so I'm gonna come in and I'm hardly touching the paper with this because I don't want too much. I'm just hardly touching the paper. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed things up with this one because I'm gonna do it in a few spots. All right, we'll catch you in just a sec. All right, so that's the part with our gold. Now I'm gonna take some of my brown. Now my brown is almost running out, but it actually is gonna make really great, seriously, really great owl texture fur, even though it's almost running out. And I'll probably end up using a little bit of black with it too. So I'm just kind of coming along in here. Coming along, I might add a little bit of red to this too, just to kind of, just because I want the color a little bit brighter. I'm gonna come along in here in the ear and kind of come here in the ear as well. And let's get a little bit darker in here. Okay, for some furriness. And this stays pretty light, so I'm gonna keep that pretty light, and this gets a little dark. Okay, so I'm just thinking about fur, so I'm kind of zigzagging it as we come along in here. So my brown is my almost dried out brown, so a good use for everything, right, is still working for me. Okay, we're gonna just add a little bit of texture here. That's mainly gray, but just a little bit. A little bit of brown in here. I'm gonna add some black to that too. All right, and then we're gonna jump in here and just do some more of this kind of zigzag-y texture, push a little darker where I see more furriness. Okay, kind of like a structure of a wing, maybe. Okay, kind of come along in here and come up in here. Okay, thinking about fur, thinking about the wing over here. It's darker here, lighter on that side. Little edges, a little bit of the edges over there. Okay, okay. And I'm just gonna keep going. Kind of a little bit of a circular motion here, kind of just to get that fur feeling, which I think we're getting pretty good. All right, cool. I almost could leave it like that, but I just want to add a little bit of black now. And you could go back, like I said, I might even add a little bit of red, maybe, we'll see. But I just want a little bit of black. Now this isn't dried out, so I'm going to kind of smear it a little bit. So in a few spots, I'm just going to kind of add a little bit, and well, I don't know. Let's see if I even need to add that black. I don't know that I do. I might just add it in a few little spots. Okay, I kind of like what we have going on here, but I might just add it in a few little spots. A few little spots. Kind of like over here where it gets a little darker. In our beak where it gets a little darker. Then over here, there's a few little spots there. And in the ear, gets a little bit darker here. Okay. All right, cool. And right in the lawn in here, there's some texture lines for fur that we don't want to miss. Okay. And let's see. I guess I'm adding a little bit more than what I thought. Oh well, that's okay. Sometimes it happens. I just had to add a little bit more. Okay. And then we're going to come along in here and just add a little bit more furriness. Looking good. Looking good, owl. Looking good. Okay, our fall owl coming along nicely. And then just a little bit more in here. All right, I'm liking it. Now for that little bit of grays, almost used orange. For the little bit of grays in here, I'm just gonna use a pen. And just really lightly, like it's dancing on the paper, with fast little motions, I'm just gonna add that little bit of gray fur around in here. Maybe even a little bit here, because the white's not gonna be completely white. It's gonna have some gray in it. Okay, and then let's add a little bit of brown. Right along in here, and then over here too. All right, cool. Looking good. I like our marker owl with our texture added. And I can't help myself, gotta add a few little layers here. A few little layers going on. A little bit of texture right along in there. All right, and then let's jump in and do just a little bit more brown over here. I think it just needs just a little bit more brown. All right, for our owl. And I'm gonna jump in here and do just a little bit more of that. Okay, cool. And let me just see a little bit of black right over in here when you see the rest of it. Okay, good. All right, there we go. Then I have my owl. Whew, a lot of work, guys. Nice job. Look at all these colors we used. So I try not to make happy accidents on my paper. Cool. All right, next, friends, we are gonna do the branches because they're fun. All right, we'll catch you guys in just a second. Bye. All right, friends, so now it's time for our branches. So I'm gonna take a little bit of brown just for the actual tree branch. Even though my brown is kind of running out, that's okay. Kind of makes it look cool. So I'm gonna use that, be creative, and use that. Okay, cool. Just add a few other texture in there. Just kind of really light. You can try doing some. If you have a darker brown, that's awesome too. Okay, we're just showing how we can use things even when they're almost all used up. Okay, cool. Let's just add a few more back in here. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead with some green. The greens I have are these two, so that's what we're gonna use. And I'm gonna go ahead and first start with this small one and just do kind of these small little lines. I like kind of like a pine tree or a fir tree. I like the brown color when it overlaps with that green. I think that's cool. I'm gonna push a little bit or go over it again in these areas where they meet to create some shadows. All right, looking good. All right, coming along in here. Let's just try mixing this other green. Why not? Just for kicks and giggles. Ooh, look at, yeah, sweet. Ooh, that's a cool, nice dark green. Okay, I like that. So I'm gonna use a little bit of this dark green along with the light green. Okay, we're gonna go in for some shadows along in here and right in here. That's kind of cool. I like it. So I'm going to speed things up a little bit. I'm going to keep going with my light, shadows with my darker green, and it's going to be fun. All right, here we go. Take your time, do your best. I'm going to speed up a little bit on mine. I'm still taking my time and doing my best. It's just the video that's speeding up, friends. I'm not the Flash. All right, here we go. All right, looking good. I like it. I like it a lot. So now I'm just gonna sneak down here, get this little tree branch in that I was doing earlier, And I want it to be a different tone than the owl, although I like the texture I'm getting. So I'm going to take a little bit of this red, just add some tree line texture, or bark texture, I should say, with a little bit of red and black. And then I'll go back over it with brown. So markers are pretty fun because you can do lots of layers. Lots of layers. All right, let's see how you're doing over here. Alrighty, looking good, looking good. All right, I'm loving this, boys and girls. I love this owl. Okay, I feel like there's a story in this. Maybe you can create a story for your picture. Now it's time for blue. I'll be right back. Gotta find the blue. All right, found the blue, found the blue. It was in my bag somewhere. I left it. Okay, here we go though. So go ahead here. I'm gonna get my river in. I'm gonna kind of get these lines in first because I'm gonna show you guys something after this that's kind of cool when we use paint. So I'm just gonna put in kind of the river lines in here first. I might do a little bit of black as well. I'm trying to decide, yeah, we'll make the river grow here. Grow it a little bit, add a little more texture. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take a little bit of my black marker here and just kind of add a few little outlines for the river, except for right here because that's where the moon's going to reflect on it. So then just going to kind of come around here and make a little kind of moon reflection, and then just kind of fill this in a little bit to just help it make sense. And we'll do some paint over it too once we get there, but we're just not there yet, so we'll get there. We'll get there. And so I'm just filling it in a little bit, just so that way, because we really want to see that reflection, and I forgot about that. So that'd be cool. Make sure I go all the way to the edge of my page, complete the effect, the illusion of my art. Yeah, I like that. Jump over here, add a little bit right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and get a little more black. All right, looking good. And fill in my light spots for good craftsmanship, which is another way of saying taking your time and doing your best. All right, sweet. And we got our river down. Okay, next up is gonna be the grass and the trees. All right, we'll catch you guys in just a sec. All right, so since it is nighttime, the grass is gonna be a little darker, so I'm not gonna use the lighter tone. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump with kind of layering our darker green. All right, I'm gonna go right up to the owl, kind of using the edge and kind of zigzag along here for my grass. Just kind of like that. Then I can put my forest and my tree line back over there. Okay, so I'm going all the way to the edge here. Just kind of back and forth. I could also kind of make it look like paint by adding, you know, layers and holding it sideways here. That's an option too. I definitely want to get it nice and dark just because it's nighttime and you can't really see that much at night. And so everything, you know, it's going to look a little bit different than during the day. So we're going to then get a fine line with the top of the marker. So we jump over here. And I might leave this area a little brighter because the moon might be shining some light down right along in here. Try not to do, I already made it a little dark, but we can leave the rest of it lighter. Just keep going back and forth. So I'm going to go ahead and finish my grass. Can't wait to see yours. All right, catch you guys in a little bit.